Thanks for watching our tutorial on how to track referrals in PracticeWeb. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to create and manage your list of referral sources, how to add a referral source to a patient, understand the referral analysis report, and send a letter or email to a referral source. Let's get started. To find your list of referral sources, click on the List menu in the upper left and go down to Referrals. This is a list of all the referral sources in your software. This list will help you keep track of both referral sources that refer patients to your office and other doctors that you may refer your patients to for specialty care. The list is in alphabetical order by last name. You can also see in the specialty column if this is a doctor and what their specialty is. Next to that, you can see if this is a patient referral, meaning this is a loyal patient that refers their family and friends. And you can also make general notes. This is especially helpful if one of your referral sources is no longer accepting a specific insurance, or if they are not accepting new patients at this time. You can also use it if you would like to track referral rewards that a referral source has earned. To edit an existing referral source, just double left click on the referral source. I'm going to double click on John Doe. Now we're looking at the Edit Referral screen, and I can edit information in here. This is a patient referral, so a lot of the fields like the last name and first name, I'm not going to be able to edit those here because this is a patient of record. To change that information, I have to go to the Family module and change the information there. I can add notes though, and I can see in the Used by Patients area how many people have been referred by him. If you select a doctor referral in this same area, you can track how many patients you have referred to them or to their practice. Since I'm not making any changes here, I'm going to close this screen. Now we'll take a look at a referral source that is not a patient. So let's look at Dr. Best. Unlike my patient referral that had all of those fields that were grayed out, I can change all of that information in here. And we'll talk about that more in a few minutes. If a referral source is no longer needed, for an example, if you have a non-person referral, like an ad campaign, you can put a check mark in Hidden, or you can even delete it. Now I'm going to show you how to add some referral sources. Click the Add button down in the lower left. For this example, I'm going to add a referral source that is a patient. So when you click the Add button, PracticeWeb will ask you if this referral source is an existing patient. I'm going to say yes. PracticeWeb will automatically bring up the Select Patient window. And now I can search for my patient. I'm going to type in my patient's last name. And now that I have found my patient, I can just double click on their name. Now I'm looking at the Edit Referral page. Remember that since this referral source is an existing patient, I can't edit any of the contact information here. But I can go ahead and add my notes and click OK to save. Mr. Franklin is on my list of available referral sources. I'm going to go ahead and add another referral source. And for this example, we're going to add a non-patient referral source. When I click the Add button, this time I'm going to say no. Since you can track non-patient, non-person referrals, I'm going to put in a referral source that is an ad in a local publication. So to start, I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to check the box that says this is not a person. Now I'm going to put in the name of my referral source. You can enter any information here, But since it's not a person, you may decide to just enter some notes. Maybe the note's going to be for how long this ad campaign will run for. Now, my neighborhood network ad has been added as a referral source. Now, if I get any new patients that put this as a referral source on their forms, I can add it to their family module. Now I'm going to show you how to add a referral source that is a specialist provider. This is for tracking other doctors you may refer your patients to. We're going to add Dr. Jane Perio. Unlike a patient-based referral that you already have all of this information for outbound referrals, you'll need to enter the information on this screen. So I'm going to go ahead and add it in now. Last thing I'm going to add here is an email address. You don't have to check the email Trust for Direct box. This was used for reporting feature in EHR incentive program, which has now ended. But if you are interested in faster, easier referral tracking, we do have an interface with MedcoHere. Through MedcoHere, you can send referral slips and attachments securely to your preferred referrals. You'll learn more about MedcoHere in another webinar. Lastly, we're going to put in the referral's tax ID and NPI. This is a doctor, so I'm going to check this is doctor box, and we're going to select your specialty. As you begin to send your patients to this doctor, and you attach this referral source to your patient record, PracticeWeb will automatically keep track. For outbound referrals, you can customize referral sources' preferred referral slips through Sheets Framework. So if they only want to use their slips, you can select it here. We have another video that goes over how to customize sheets, so you can learn how to add those. Now we're going to click OK to save. If a referral source is no longer needed, for example, if you're no longer sending patients to a particular specialist, or maybe they've moved, or if your ad campaign has run its course, you can put a check mark in Hidden. This will seemingly remove this referral source from your list so they can't be attached to patients in the future. However, if you need to access that referral record, you can put a check mark in the Show Hidden button, and you can see the referral, but they'll be grayed out. For faster searching, you can also use these other filters to help you quickly attach the referral to your patient. For example, if you only wanted to see your non-person referrals, you could uncheck the patient and doctor boxes to help you limit your search. You can also search by name. Now that we know how to add referrals into the PracticeWeb software, let me show you how to attach a referral source to a patient. You can see that I have Bob Ross selected, and I'm in the Family module. If you look down in the Patient Information section, you'll see this green field for your referrals. We can double-click on this, and you can choose whether it's a from source or if you're referring him to someone. For this example, we're showing that Bob is referred from another doctor. I'm going to show that he was referred from Dr. Perio, and we'll go ahead and click OK. Before I click OK, though, I do want to point out that if the referral source does not exist in your list yet, you can add referrals as needed using the Add button the same way we did under the Lists and Referrals. If you need to edit this referral source for some reason, or manage how or why it's attached to the patient, you can double-click on the referral, and in this screen, you can add notes about the status. And you can enter any notes here. You can also see the referral slips. We'll go over a lot more of this information in another webinar. If we click Edit Referral, things like misspellings in the referral name can be corrected in this window. A nice feature is that if you correct any referral information, using this button will automatically make it corrected in all the patients that have this referral attached. Let's say we accidentally select the wrong referral source. Maybe this should have been Dr. Best. I can change that by clicking here, and it would allow me to change the referral for this patient to another referral source without having to change all of my notes that I have entered on the lower portion of this window. Now I'm going to click OK. There is no limit to the number of referrals that you can attach to a patient. When I close this referral screen, now we can see in our patient information on the left that Bob was referred from Dr. Best. You can also see referral information in your chart module. This is helpful when you're charting treatment and you will be referring your patient to a specialist to complete those specialty procedures. You can double-click on the Referred From field, and it'll bring up the same window we were looking at. So you can manage referral sources from the chart module too. The last item I'm going to cover for adding a referral source to a patient is how to search for a referral. We're going to go back to List and Referrals. In the referral screen, you can type in the first name or the last name of a referral to isolate your search. You can also use the check boxes here in the upper right to isolate your search based on if you want to look through patients, doctors, or non-person referral sources. If you would like to use more detailed filters to isolate your search even more, for example, if you want to see how many ads you've run in a local publication, or maybe you want to find specific doctors that you refer to based on the city where their office is located, you can use a query feature called Referrals Raw. Under the Reports menu and Standard, in the List section, you'll see Referrals Raw. Depending on the information you would like to see once this report is generated, you can use the Control key and highlight that information from the Select column. Now to set your filter information, click on the Where tab. Now you can select the criteria from the Where field. Let's use City. And in the field on the right, we'll type My Town and click Add. Now click OK. This will give me a list of all the referrals I've used that are located in my town. Now that you know how to add a referral source to a patient, let's talk about the Referral Analysis Report. To access your Referral Analysis Report, you click on the Reports menu, then Standard. And in the List section, you'll see Referral Analysis. You'll use the Referral Analysis Report to gather information about who's referring patients to you and production results of those referrals. You can generate this report with a custom date range. So if you want to see monthly or quarterly results from your referrals, you can. The numbers for this report are based on completed procedures. Please note that production numbers only include patients with referral sources attached. If you want to see the total amount of all your production for your office, please use the Production and Income Report. But if you would like to know what amount of production is coming from a specific referral source, then this is the report you want to use. A good example of when to use this report would be if you would like to see the effectiveness of 2 different ad campaigns you may have currently run. Or if you had 2 referral sources, one with an incentive for referring to your office, and maybe another referral source that doesn't receive an incentive. Remember, earlier, we ran an ad in the Neighborhood Network magazine. By running my referral analysis report and making sure to include only new patients, I can compare my current ad to a previous ad and see which one was more effective. You can see here that ad that I ran in the local Chamber of Commerce publication generated more new patients and production. So for my next ad campaign, I may decide to repeat the ad in this publication instead of the Neighborhood Network magazine. You can also compare referrals from other doctors. Maybe one of your referral sources is starting to drop off a little, or you notice a steady decline in the number of patients they're sending to your office. In this case, you may want to offer an incentive or more of an incentive to help them increase that number again. One thing to note is that the referral analysis report will show all of your referral sources. So if you wanted to have the information filtered out for a specific referral source, that would require a custom query. Please call our support team if you would like more information on how to do that. Let's say it's near the end of the year and you would like to send thank you cards to referral sources, maybe that sent the most patients or generated the most production. The first thing I'm going to do is change my date range. This time, I'm not just going to include new patients. I want to see everything. How much total production have I made from them? How many patients have they sent me? Before I click OK, I want to make sure to put a check in the box to include address information so that I can export these addresses for letter merge or mail merge later. Now when I click OK, I can see my list of referrals and the collective number of patients they have sent. John is a patient and a really great referral source, so maybe I want to send him a small gift to say thank you. Or maybe you see a doctor that has sent a lot of patients to you and you would like to do the same for him. Obviously, it's not necessary to send a thank you card to a non-person referral. But if you are going to handwrite your cards, then you can just use the information provided on the report for the cards or gifts you would like to send. But if you have a lot of cards you plan on sending, you can click on Export and save this file as an Excel spreadsheet. Now, in the spreadsheet, you can delete the non-person referral sources or any other referral sources you are not going to include in your mailing. And now you can use Mail Merge to create those labels or letters. Please note that depending on the document creator you use, this process may be different. So if you need help with Mail Merge, you can call our technical support team for further assistance. These are only a couple of examples as to how you can use the referral analysis report. But it's a good start to helping you increase your productivity using your existing referral sources. Now that we know how to enter and track referrals, let's send our referral a thank you letter. Before you send a letter to a referral source, you first need to make sure that your custom referral letter is created under Sheets Framework. You can do this by going to the Setup menu, then click on Sheets. You can copy the existing referral letter, and once it is in the custom slide, then you can edit it to meet the needs of your practice. We have other tutorials that go more in depth on how to do this. Once you have your referral letter set up, the second thing you need to make sure of is that you have your referral attached to the patient. You can see that in this green field here in the Family module. To create a letter, click on the drop-down menu next to the Letter button, and you'll see the names of any referrals attached to this patient. So you'll click on the name of the referral that you would like to send the letter to. When you click on the referral's name, you'll see a list of letters that you can send to this referral. You can send a thank you letter at the time of the referral. You can send letters to the referral once you've completed the treatment. With Sheets, you have unlimited options you can create here. So I'm going to click on my first option here, and you can see that the information for my referral source, my practice, and my patient have automatically been filled in on this letter. If necessary, on your letters, you can type in any treatment that you've completed at your practice so that the referring doctor knows what you did. If you have a signature box on your sheet, or if you're using a Windows tablet, you can also sign the letter. You can choose to print this letter and send by regular mail, or send this letter as an email. So when I click on that button, you can see that the referral source's email is already entered here. If the patient has an email address, they'll also get a copy of this letter if you put a check mark in this box. If you look at the box in the upper left, this will show you how many paper copies will print out. So maybe you're going to email a letter to the referral and have the patient receive a paper copy. Or maybe you're going to print a copy for your office to put in the patient's chart and put a copy in the mail. You can change this to 2. Or if you don't want to print any copies and you just want to email, then you can just leave this box blank. If you just wanted to save this letter as a separate file, maybe to store in another location besides Practice Web, or maybe you wanted the letter to be an attachment to a separate email, you can click on the Create PDF button. Once you have sent a letter to your referral source, you'll see a record that this letter was sent in the communications log for your patient. If you would like to see specific details on the letter, you can double left click on that reference line there, and you can see the letter you sent along with all the details. This completes our overview of referral tracking in Practice Web. If you have any questions about something that was not covered in this tutorial, please call support at 800-845-9379 option 2 or email us at support@practice-web.com.